In just a few hours, day 2 of jury selection in the trial of Ryan Ruth, who's accused of trying to kill then-candidate Donald Trump at his West Palm Beach golf course. Joining me now is constitutional attorney and former member of President Trump's transition team, Mark Smith. And Mark, as we well know, Ruth is going to be representing himself in court for a whole host of reasons. That is a horrible idea, and that part of his attempt at saving himself from a prison sentence is going to be a disaster. But hear me out on this. What are the chances that he walks free, in the sense that it's really tough to find a juror who doesn't have a strong opinion about Donald Trump, and Ruth could ultimately claim bias if he's convicted?
I think that'd be a stretch. Keep in mind, Todd, they're going to be interviewing in the next day or so almost 200 prospective jurors, and they're looking to find a group of 12 plus alternates, a set of jurors that are going to look at this fairly. And, you know, Judge Cannon, who's presiding over this, is a very sophisticated judge. She's been on the bench for a while. I think they're going to be able to find a fair and impartial jury. And again, if there's questions about that, nothing prevents Judge Cannon from going out and finding more jurors. So I think at the end of the day, he will receive a fair trial. And as to what the outcome is, that's going to turn, of course, on the evidence and the presentation. And he may not be the best lawyer, since he's not a lawyer and representing himself. And as they say, a person who represents himself in court has a fool for a lawyer.
Yeah, and it's not just because of what we assume is this individual's mental state. He clearly appears to be not stable. It has to come down to being able to handle the rules of evidence, which are tough enough for lawyers to remember. A non-lawyer going in there trying to play by those rules is really, really tough. And so we will see what happens there in Florida. Want to switch gears? A huge decision yesterday. The Supreme Court handing Team Trump a major win as it allows immigration raids to continue in Los Angeles. Justice Brett Kavanaugh writing the following: the fact remains that under the laws passed by Congress and the president, illegal aliens are acting illegally by remaining in the United States. Immigration stops based on reasonable suspicion of illegal presence have been an important component of U.S. immigration enforcement for decades. Under this court's precedent, not to mention common sense, those circumstances taken together can constitute at least reasonable suspicion of illegal presence in the United States. Now, Mark, you know the left is up in arms, saying what the Supreme Court just did, what Justice Kavanaugh did in that decision, makes racial profiling of Latinos now legal. Your response?
Well, first of all, it's important to note that Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote a concurrence that nobody else signed on to this, so we don't actually know the basis for the majority. This was a 6-3 decision, Todd, and the majority basically said that Donald Trump wins this case. He's allowed to continue to enforce the immigration laws. ICE can continue to move forward, all without having to be micromanaged by federal judges. And keep in mind that one of the points that Justice Brett Kavanaugh made is that the plaintiffs in this case lack standing. And if you don't have standing as a plaintiff, Todd, you can't even bring a lawsuit under Article 3 of the U.S. Constitution. So it's quite possible that the majority here said, we're not even going to worry about the merits here because the plaintiff suing lacks standing to even be in court. But beyond that, Justice Brett Kavanaugh, in his concurrence, did point out that, look, it's essentially, if you look at what he's saying, is you run to the fire, you run to where the problem is. There's over 2 million illegal aliens in the Los Angeles area. ICE are the experts on this topic. They know what to look for, and it's under federal statutory law, unambiguous, that you can briefly detain someone to ask them a series of questions if you reasonably suspect that they're in the country illegally. And Justice Brett Kavanaugh, in his concurrence, says that's all that's going on here. And either way, the federal judge likely lacks jurisdiction to hear this case anyway because of a lack of standing of the plaintiffs.
It's really important that you mention standing, because it will be curious to see what the Trump administration does with this decision, using it as precedent going forward as it makes other arguments trying to nullify what a bunch of district courts throughout the country have done. The standing argument makes this rather limited in its application going forward. But we will be watching, because the Trump administration lawyers are definitely busy there in the White House. Mark Smith, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Todd.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.